March 14th. In the rest of the world, people celebrate mathematics by eating simple, circular pies. But in the North Pole's Grumpy Hearth workshop, simplicity is a fireable offense. Zippy had been staring at a chalkboard for 3 days, and Barnaby knew exactly what that meant. A total collapse of the culinary laws of physics.
Zippy, I'm warning you. If that rolling pin has an internet connection, I'm leaving. I just want a meat pie. Normal dough, normal temperature, and a crust that doesn't try to calculate my taxes. Is that too much to ask for on a Tuesday?
You're thinking in 2 dimensions, Barnaby. This is Pi Day 2026. I've modified the rolling pin with a subatomic vibrator. We're going to flatten this dough until it reaches a thickness of exactly 3.1415 micrometers. We aren't just baking, we're folding the space-time continuum into a delicious apple-filled pocket.
Space-time? Subatomic? You guys are so dry. A pie needs a soul. It needs a reason to exist beyond being eaten. I found this old bottle in the basement labeled Essence of Infinite Yearning. I figure a few drops will give the filling a bit of, personality.
Cupid didn't use a few drops. He used the whole bottle. And Zippy's rolling pin didn't just flatten the dough, it began to create a fractal pattern that repeated into infinity. By the time they slid the pie into the oven, the crust was vibrating at a frequency that made the spoons in the kitchen start to hum in B flat. Everything was fine for exactly 3.14 minutes. Then the oven began to glow with a strange golden light. The door didn't just open. It was gently pushed aside by a crust that had developed a mind and an appetite of its own. The pie wasn't just growing, it was colonizing the kitchen.
Zippy, the crust has a pulse. It just wrapped itself around my leg and tried to recite a love poem. Cupid, your infinite yearning has turned the cinnamon apples into a highly emotional, self-replicating biomass. Help me.
Don't struggle, Barnaby. You're part of the geometric proof now. The pie is expanding at a constant rate of 3.14 meters per second. If we don't stop it, the entire North Pole will be a dessert by midnight.
The workshop was quickly vanishing under a sea of perfectly calculated, incredibly affectionate pastry. The pie wasn't attacking. It was hugging the furniture, the walls, and the elves. It was the most delicious apocalypse in history. The team realized there was only one way to solve a pie paradox. They had to eat the evidence. 3 days later, the workshop was finally cleared. Barnaby couldn't look at a circle without twitching. Zippy's calculator was sticky with jam, and Cupid had gained 5 pounds and a new appreciation for geometry. The infinite pie was gone, but the memory and the indigestion would last forever.
No more math, Zippy. From now on, we eat squares. Squares don't have feelings.